Hey, good morning, friends. So nice to see you. It is I, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. It's Thursday. We're here a little earlier than usual. That was just a scheduling issue on my part, so thanks for being flexible with me. It's Thursday. That means it is time for the Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap. Do you get the Tarot Topics newsletter in your inbox every week? If you don't, you need to go sign up for it right now. Well, maybe not right now, wait till after this video. Go to my website, christianagaudet.com or tarotbychristiana.com. Hit the button for newsletter. You can read all the past issues of the newsletter, and you can sign up to make sure you never miss an issue every Wednesday morning in your inbox. There it is. And I try to do a good job of not only letting you know what's coming up, what classes we have, what's going on here on YouTube, when I'm going to be touring, because that's a thing again. I try to do not only that, but to cover a different topic each week, to talk about the topic a little bit, to look at different tarot cards that might go along with that, and to offer you a spread or a tarot exercise that has to do with the topic. Then we meet here on Thursday to talk about it some more. So this week, our topic is honor and release the past. You know, whether we're talking about our own individual lives or talking about culture or community or nation, the past is a sticky thing to deal with, right? There's a lot in the past that is hurtful. Sometimes there's behavior that we regret and don't quite know how to process. Sometimes there's trauma that we don't know how to release. Sometimes there's nostalgia, looking to the past, thinking that the past is really better than things are now. And all of these things can be difficult. All of these things can be problematic. And tarot can help us. Tarot can help us with all of that. Now, I do an article each week called Cards for Your Consideration, where we talk about a card or a few cards or a particular deck that might be pertinent to the particular conversation. And of course, we know that the Six of Cups is like the card of the past, but I focused on Judgment as a card of healing from the past, releasing the past, getting closure to the past. Do you see Judgment that way? I think some people do, some people don't. But that is a very clear traditional interpretation of Judgment. So add that to your process, if you will. I also included a tarot spread that you can try to honor and release the past. So clearly, that's what we're going to be doing readings on today. How we need, each of us, whatever questions you have about how to honor and release the past, that's what we're going to be talking about. Let me say hi to some people here. I'm happy to see all of you, especially our channel members. You can tell a person is a channel member because their name shows up in green with a cute little sun around it. And you can see how long they've been a member because every couple of months, the sun changes color. So we see some people with a yellow and purple sun, some people with a yellow sun, and we appreciate your support. For those of you who are not members, we appreciate your support too. Thank you for being here. Please do subscribe. Please do like this video. And if it's possible, please do consider channel membership. There are some extra perks that come along with that. So nice to see all of you. Glad that you are here. We appreciate all of you. I'm going to get right to the questions. And again, we want the question to have to do with how we release the past, how we honor the past, how we deal with the past, something about the past. Why did I choose this topic this week? Because we are coming to the end of Mercury retrograde. And one thing Mercury retrograde is great for is supplying us with support and energy for working with the past. So there we are. All right. So the first question I see is from Samantha. Samantha, it was so great to see you in person during my recent Tampa Tarot Tour. Can I talk? Well, I'll try. So great to see you in person. Here is your question. How can I release the trauma from childhood? What a great question. So when we look at that for you, in a way, I think you have to change the way you think about it. You know, I think you're proud of your survivorship, and you should be. But I think it's kind of become part of your identity, like almost like you deserve to be treated that way. And I feel like that has propagated more trauma. And so recognize that you don't deserve that. You never deserved it. You can be proud of your survivorship, but you could actually be okay without having to have more of that. So I think it's about changing the way you tell your story, celebrating yourself as a survivor, but recognizing that you don't need more of it. That's part of it anyway. And of course, therapy is really important. Journaling can be important. Working with your cards can be important. You know, I often say we all spend most of our adult lives recovering from the first 20 years, no matter what, no matter how good or bad it was. If you have particular egregious trauma, it's even harder. And so recognize this is part of your lifetime path, but it's a part of your path that if you make it be about being like a plant and growing toward the light, you'll be good. Okay, so nice to see all of you here today. The next question that I see is from Nicole. I am in the best of spirits today, as today makes our 10-year anniversary. Oh, that's wonderful. That's not a question. That's just a cool comment. So happy anniversary to Nicole and her husband. That's fabulous. Okay, Karen Winkle. And Karen is a member of our channel. She comes in signed in different ways, but she is a member. How can I release any past life vows to never be hungry again? And all I can think of is that from Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara, with God as my witness, I will never be hungry again. But I also recognize that when we make those vows in a past life, in a current life, it may sometimes make it hard to lose weight. I do recognize that. So how can you release that? You know, that's a real thing, and it has a lot to do with your relationship with food. And I think what you have to do is very consciously look at your relationship with food in the root chakra. When we think about survivorship, how you look at your sense of security, how you look at your sense of security. So I think there's past life stuff that gets into current life stuff around issues of security in the root chakra and changes your relationship with food in a way that isn't helpful. So root chakra work, recognizing your ability to live easily and gracefully in the world and that you will have what you need. That will make you more secure in every way, financially as well, and will help with your relationship with food. Okay, Lydia, so nice to see you, and thank you so much for being a member of this channel. What is the main thing I need to release from the past? What a great question. Let's see what we got here. I think it's a sense of what you're responsible for and what you're not responsible for. I think something happened in your family dynamic that made you feel responsible for things you're not really responsible for. And I think that has been an impediment in your adult life. So figuring out what you truly are responsible for versus the things you've been made to feel responsible for. Okay. Lori, so nice to see you, Lori, and thank you for being a member of this channel. How do I release my childhood trauma having to do with my narcissistic father? And I know he's a big role in your life even currently, and that's hard. But it's also an opportunity. Firmly and gently have boundaries with him now, and that will help you to release the trauma from the past, number one. Number two, You got to do inner child work. You got to do inner child work where you allow your inner child in meditation to stand up to him. You can't necessarily do that in life, but you can do it in meditation and it will help you. Okay. Oh, Gemini Sun, so you have joined, but you're not showing up. Well, first of all, thank you so much for joining. And it may be that the account, you may have the same issue that Karen Winkle has, that the account that you joined with is not the same as the account that you're signed in with now. So we thank you so much for being a member of our channel. Okay, Melissa, nice to see you. What is the best way to release childhood trauma to step into my power? Honestly, little by little, day by day, year by year, you have been doing this. So acknowledge that. Acknowledge that you're doing it. How can you do it more quickly, more expeditiously? By releasing any and all guilt and being conscious of the process and energetically affirming, releasing the energy from your aura. All of those things will help as well. By changing what you tell yourself and tell yourself that you are in your power. And so you shall be. Oh, Maria Pia, temperance might have to do with healing or honoring the past. I love that. So, Maria Pia, in terms of how you must release and honor the past, I think it's something you really need to look at. I feel like, and it's funny because temperance came up here. I feel like you have learned a lot from the past and you use that in your life. I also feel, though, there's some trauma you've kind of glossed over, that now that things are going okay in your life, you may need to go back, unpack, and heal. Okay, Nicole, how do I honor the past even with trauma in it that I've been working on releasing? I think you have to honor A, that the past has made you who you are. B, I think you have to find the happy memories that are there. C, I think you have to be grateful for your surviving the trauma and what you learned from it. Okay. Oh, and Maria Pia, here is a more specific question from you. How do you release past pain with your parents? I think in a way it has to do both with forgiveness and boundaries, recognizing that they are who they are and it is what it is. But if they are still living and you're still dealing with them now, to have different boundaries. And if they're not still living, to recognize that had you been empowered to have boundaries, it would have been a different story. Okay, baby cakes, how do I make the past to empower me and help to enrich my future but not hinder me? Very good question. I think when you tell the story of the past, you always have to make yourself the hero of the past. You always have to recognize that you did the best you could in every given circumstance and be gentle with yourself as you tell your stories. Smile Soul 20. So nice to see you here. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel. How can I release the past hurt others have reflected on me? You know, it's all about learning how to have boundaries now and in the future. Like, forgiveness without boundaries just invites more hurt. So there needs to be forgiveness, but forgiveness with boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean that what the person did was okay. No, no, no. Forgiveness with accountability, responsibility, and boundaries is what is necessary. Okay, Gemini Sun, my anxiety to this day, I believe, is from childhood trauma. What are some spiritual ways I can release this more? Working with the chakras and releasing the trauma from each chakra. Release the trauma from your energy field. When you take a shower, wash it out every day, out of your energy. Be aware of how it has permeated your energy and how you can Consciously release it. Every time you exhale, release it. And it's been with you for a long time, so it takes a long time to release. But if you have that as part of your daily practice, it will work. Okay. Very good. Thank you for all the feedback. I absolutely appreciate it. From my perspective, I have come to the end of all the questions. If I accidentally skipped you, I apologize. Please do reiterate. If you're just coming in, as is our channel member, Karen Maynard, so nice to see you. And now's the time to ask your question. Anything at all having to do with releasing or honoring or healing from the past. That's what our questions are. Go ahead and ask those questions. I want to remind you that this Saturday, 10:30 a.m., we have a free class available to everyone on comprehensive tarot spreads, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right on this channel. You can see the link for it right now, so just hit that so you'll be reminded. Okay, Style and Chica, how do I release imposter syndrome from this last year? Yeah, that's hard. You know, trauma can be very recent as well. The way it really hurt you, man, that really went to your core. I got to tell you, acknowledge the damage it did. Don't gloss over it, and recognize it probably did hit into something in you from childhood. And you have to really start changing what you tell yourself. Don't let what was done to you create your narrative. You create your personal narrative. That's the important thing. Okay, it is last call for questions. I do want to remind you, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. You can go to my website and schedule directly. You can also find contact information on my website if you want to reach out privately to schedule. Again, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do. If you are not a member and would like to be, please do consider joining. Okay, Karen, how does Spirit see me releasing my past traumatic experiences? And the answer is you need to be angry. Honestly, you have just accepted so much. And I think you need to get to a place of anger and use that anger to motivate you to draw boundaries and have courage to accept no more. Friends, when am I coming back to Tampa? I will be back in Tampa August 26th through 30th. I will be in Connecticut July 26th through August 9th. And I'm right here in Palm City now, and available to everyone by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. Please feel free to reach out. I want to thank you all so very much. Take really good care. Be good.